so it no longer has the color that it would in life. But it doesn't look too bad. I promise not to splash. If you guys want to step up, you're welcome to. Actually, we do. We have most everything here. Let me get oriented because here we go. No, yes, yes. Here's the tummy attached to the small intestine here. So here's the horse's stomach. The esophagus enters here. You can always tell esophagus because it looks like an alien. It always has this see that real white interior? That's a protective layer inside the esophagus, so when you're doing a post or whatever, looking at an anatomical specimen, if you have a tube that has that white stuff in it like that, that's esophagus. So here's the esophagus, which enters the stomach. Here's the shape of the stomach. This is the small intestine leaving. So this is the stomach, and if you see from the outside, you can get the feeling that there's two different colors. So if we open it and look inside, well, let me see. Usually there's a knife that lives here. It's dangerous with sharp objects. I run with scissors. So if we go ahead and open it up, here's where the esophagus comes in. And you see very plainly, very distinctly, you see the two colors. This is the portion that acts as the storage part. This is the portion that has the digestive glands in it, where the acid is produced, where the digestive enzymes are produced. So this part of the stomach has glands in it, which is why it has that color. This part of the stomach, the storage part, does not have glands, hence it's pale color. And you see that the esophagus enters into the non-glandular part. This is the storage part, because remember the horse is supposed to eat little bits all the time. And by the way, if you get fed up with my talking and just want to wander away, be my guest. I kind of get on a roll. This stuff is just so cool, and I just keep talking, so I will not be offended if you go when you're ready. The horses eat a little bit all the time, so they store it up here in the non-glandular part and feed it down little by little by little into the glandular part where the digestion takes place. So that's his tummy. And you see that that's not really so big. If you imagine putting that in a 1,000-pound or a 1,200-pound saddle horse, it's not really all that big. So we leave the stomach and we come into the small intestine. The various regions of the small intestine have names that we don't need to go into here. And again, I haven't puddled through this morning, so I'm not quite sure how it's arranged. But I do know right away that this is descending colon because it's small in diameter, it has pouches on it, and it has this very prominent, I'm trying to find a place where the color's good. It has this very prominent stripe or band. That is a condensation or a thickening of the outer layer of muscle of the intestine. You know, if you take a piece of cloth and get one string and pull it, how it puckers the cloth up, that's what's going on here, and that's why we have all these little pouches. These little pouches that show up here in the descending colon are about the size of a fecal ball. If you stretch it out, because that's what's in there. That's where the fecal balls live. The job of the descending colon is to absorb water and form fecal balls. So I know that's descending colon, so it has to go towards the end. And so we're coming on more small intestine here. Lots and lots of small intestine. Again, my apologies that I have to take some time to get this straightened out. Look at that. Look at, wait. Isn't that gorgeous? Tell me that's ugly. Tell me that's disgusting. Try to convince me.
Hold up so we get a picture of it.
There you go. Look at that. Now, those of you who are close, I think this shows better from this side. I'll turn it all around so everybody can see. I tend to go from left to right. If you're standing close and you look closely at these vessels, you'll see the parallel set, the artery and the vein together. And in life, of course, those are full of blood, and the wee arteries are pumping, and they're bright red, and the veins are darker purpley looking, and it's just gorgeous. Okay. Pardon me? This is on a horse.
It's a beautiful horse.
It's a beautiful horse with a lovely jejunum, let me tell you what. Now, I know I'm kind of jumping and hopping and skipping, but if you look at this, it's a small diameter tube, but it doesn't have a prominent band on it anywhere, and it's smooth, it doesn't have any pouches. And that mesentery, this sheeting, looks very different from this. Okay, this one stores a lot more fat. We're back to the descending colon here. Look, yes, again, we have a small diameter tube, but it's covered with pouches. Okay, and it has that very prominent band, which is called the tinea. So you can see really quick that if this horse, if I were doing anything with this horse in surgery, which I wouldn't be doing, but if I look into this gut like this and I see this much, I right away can tell without having to go, I don't know, where are we? I can right away tell that this is small bowel, this is large bowel, which is why we'll make you guys learn all this. All right, now I'm going to go back and puddle so that I can, this shouldn't take too much longer, I'm so sorry. This is a specimen that we used in class. When we got it to use it in class, see, we harvest from meat crop seed when it becomes available. You know, again, because since we do not obtain animals for our anatomical specimens, you know, expressly all the way around, we have to go get the stuff when it's there. I'm lost in the small bowel. And I'm trying to decide which way I'm going. So it was obtained and then it was frozen, and then we thawed it for class, and we used it 2 or 3 days in class, and then we refroze it. So we're getting an awful lot of mileage out of this one GI tract, but because it's been frozen and refrozen and it's been around a while, it's getting kind of friable and easy to break, and that's why I'm trying to handle this gently. All of this stuff that I'm puddling is all small intestine. I'm trying to get to this. Maybe if I go this way. Okay, there's right dorsal colon. There's the secret. All right, this has to be this. Now we're getting some. See? There's the cecum. See that blind end? That tells me cecum, which tells me that I'm going to come to the ileum. Right here. Well, never mind. We don't need all those names. But now I can go, since I know that this is the very last part of the small intestine, I can get hold of things and I can go one direction and I'll get to where I'm going now, I promise. But see all these yards and yards of stuff that I'm just putting through my hands? It's all small bowel, it's all small intestine. Most of the digestion and absorption of the horse's diet outside the indigestible parts of plants goes on in the small intestine, which is why it has to be so long. It just keeps going and going.